Jess, can you see? All right. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Mrs. Allen.
Okay, before we start, there's a couple things I want to go over and remind you of. Learning agreements, right? We need to have one conversation at a time. Okay, so when you're in pairs, right? Partner A is going to speak first, then partner B. While partner A is speaking, is partner B going to talk? What's partner B going to do?
Listening.
Okay. And when partner B is speaking, what's partner A going to do?
Listening.
Very good. Okay. Stay focused on the topic, right? What's our topic for today? That's structure. Structure. Okay. Wild ideas. Encourage wild ideas. I like those, especially when you guys have wild questions and we need to research them. Okay. Defer judgment. So no judging people based on their wild, crazy ideas. Right? We are not judgmental. Build on the ideas of others. Right? So if somebody has an idea, maybe they don't have everything they need to finish their thoughts, we're going to be helpful and help them out and finish their thought. Right? Fail often to succeed sooner. So if we try something out and it doesn't work, am I going to get really, really mad? No. Okay? The only time we ever get upset is when we don't try. Our learning target for today, so what you're going to be able to do by the end of today is, say this with me, I can compare and contrast plants from two different environments. Okay. What do you think our environments are going to be that we're comparing? Alana?
Forest
Yeah, the forest and the Arctic. Good. Okay, so I already picked our scouts, Taimane and Kervin, right? Your job as scouts is to look for behavior, right? You're going to look for behavior of the 3 B's. Be safe. So you're going to look for people who are being safe with their materials, being safe when they need to stand up and go walk around the room, being safe when they need to get up and use the bathroom. Okay? Being responsible. So you're going to look for people who are using the materials correctly, who are staying on topic when we have partner discussion, who are doing their best work. Okay? Now you're going to look for people who are being respectful. You're going to look for people who are raising their hand to talk and not shouting out answers. Right? You're going to look for people who are listening to their partners, who are sharing their ideas with their partners. You're going to look for people who are speaking in the correct level of voice, right? You're looking for people who are saying please and thank you and you're welcome. Okay? Alright. And if you get picked by one of our scouts, we have some more super botanist awards. Dustin, do you remember? What is a botanist? It's a type of scientist. What does that scientist study? Yeah, plants. Okay. All right, let's get started. So the first thing I have for you is we did a review of the strangler fig. Okay, we're gonna do a word review of the Arctic poppy because it's been a couple of days since we thought about this. Okay, so if you don't get a word, that's okay because you're gonna discuss it with your partner. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Even if your partner has a word, because I had extra words, it's okay. Even if your partner has a word, I want you to turn to the person sitting next to you and discuss what is your word. What does it mean? Where can I find it on the chart? Is there a picture up here of your word? Okay. Go. So what words do you have? Thick stem and adaptations. Okay, so who remembers what the thick stem was?
Thick stem is like, it's covered in hair.
Okay. What is the function of the thick stem for the Arctic poppy? What does it do for the plant? Is that the thick stem or is that the flower? The flower. Okay. Do you remember we said the thick stem was like a straw? Oh yeah, to suck up the water, right? Because what's something all plants need in order to live? Water and sunlight. And air. What word do you have, Cyrus? Adaptations. Ooh, who remembers what adaptations was? It was our keyword. It means to
Fill in.
not fill in, fit in. Okay, so talk with Dustin and Luke about how does the Arctic poppy fit into the environment it lives in. What was the environment it lived in? The jungle? The Arctic. Okay. How does it fit into the Arctic?
I think it means cold in a sense.
Okay, let's start off with reviewing some words we need in order to complete our learning target. The two people have words from our learning target. Compare. Who has compare? You two. Okay, come on up, one person. Stick compare up here. Someone's in your way, what do you say to them?
Excuse me.
Okay, and then if you hear the word excuse me, what do you do?
Ooh.
Thank you. Just so Nima, what does it mean to compare something?
Something to compare is
Okay, so those would be some words you would use in your writing, right? If I were to compare an apple and an orange, what is similar about them? Very good. Yeah, they're both a fruit. Okay? So that's one thing we're going to do in our writing today is we're going to compare the strangler fig and the Arctic poppy. Okay, so we're going to find things that are similar about them. Okay, good. You can have a seat. Thank you. Who has the opposite word, the antonym? Alana, come on up. You are the next contestant on. Oh, what word did you have?
Contrast.
Contrast? What does it mean to contrast something?
It means having something different.
Okay, so we'll use Nima's example of the apple and the orange. If you were to contrast the apple and the orange, how are they different?
They're different by its color. An orange is orange and the apple is red.
Yeah, red or green or yellow. They're not orange. Okay, very good. So have a seat. So on the other part of our writing today, we're going to contrast how the strangler fig and the Arctic poppy are different. How their structures are different, how their functions might be different, adaptations, which brings us to the next word, adaptation. Who has adaptation? Dustin, come on up. You can just put it under the other one. Okay. Adaptation. What does adaptation mean?
Adaptation is something that plants need to survive.
Is our keyword. It means to fit in. Okay. Do you see an adaptation in one of these pictures? This one? Okay. What adaptation do you see? Hair. And where does it belong? On the strangler fig or the Arctic poppy? Okay. What do you think the adaptation of having hair is for? Ooh, to keep it warm, possibly. Okay. All right, good. Thank you. You can have a seat. Arctic poppy. Who has Arctic poppy? Damian, come around. Arctic poppy. What is the Arctic poppy?
An Arctic poppy is a plant that follows the sun.
Where does it live?
In the Arctic.
Okay. All right. Let's learn. Thank you. Have a seat. Let's talk about some of its structures. One of the structures of the Arctic poppy is the solitary flower. Who has solitary flower? Kathleen, come on up. What's the solitary flower?
The solitary flower is one that
What's its function?
it traps the heat in the petals.
Okay, traps the heat in the petals. Why does it trap heat in the petals? Did you talk about that? Yeah? Okay. Perfect time to use one of our learning agreements. Who can help her out? Why does the Arctic poppy trap heat inside of its petals? Jess. Much sun. Yeah. Okay. Good. Put it up there. What's another adaptation that the solitary flower uses? Alana.
One adaptation is it follows the sun.
Yeah, it follows the sun, right? The Arctic poppy has a very short growing season. We talked about that, right? Because the Arctic only has full days of sun in the summertime. So it only grows from like July until August, maybe a little bit in June. Okay, so the whole time it's growing, it needs to get as much sunlight as possible. So one of the things it does is it follows the sun, follows the arc of the sun. Good. Do you see the solitary flower anywhere in one of these pictures? Right there, yeah. Let's use this one. This is a little bit smaller. I'm sorry, I hit it behind that. Okay, so the solitary flower. Very nice. Have a seat. Thank you. Another structure that the Arctic poppy has is the thick stem. Who has thick stem? All right, then come on up. What's a thick stem?
The thick stem is colored around.
What word did we say was similar to it? It's like a
straw.
A straw. Why is it like a straw?
Because I think it sucks the water from like the straw.
It uses a straw to suck up water, or it's like a straw? So the Arctic poppy has lips and a mouth and a diaphragm to suck water up from the ground? No? Okay, so then it's like a straw. It's like a straw. Okay, very good. The thick stem. Okay, so water travels up through the thick stem to the solitary flower, but where does all that water come from? Who has shallow roots? Taimane, come on up. Shallow roots. What is the function of the shallow roots?
The function of this shallow roots is it allows the Arctic poppy to grow in rocks.
Okay. How do the shallow roots aid the Arctic poppy's growth?
So they foster growing place. It holds down the Arctic poppy to keep it big.
Good. Okay. What's another job of the shallow roots? It helps the thick stem in sucking up water. Yeah. And it gets the water from this. Yeah, under the permafrost. Who has permafrost? Jess, come on up. Thank you, Taimane. You can have a seat. What's permafrost?
Permafrost is when the ice
Not quite. Okay. Let's help her out. Who remembers what permafrost was? Time on it. What's permafrost?
Permafrost is like water under all the ice.
Yeah. Do you remember we talked about when you go to the beach and the wave has just receded back into the ocean and the sand looks dry and you kind of dig a little bit in the sand and all of a sudden all this water starts bubbling up? Okay. The layer of sand that you need to dig through is like the permafrost. It's a kind of a thick layer of ice. So there's grass and dirt and rocks, and then there's ice. And then underneath all of that permafrost is where all the water is that the Arctic poppy sucks up with its roots and its thick stem. Okay? All right, thank you very much. Do you have any more? Oh, okay, two more. So the last two things we're going to talk about are its environment. Who has Arctic or tundra? Kervin, come on up. Can you describe the Arctic or the tundra environment to us?
It's very cold and snowy. It's very cold and snowy.
Okay. Do you see a picture of its environment up there? Can you show everybody? Yeah, very cold, very snowy. Do you see a lot of vegetation? No. Do we see a lot of animals? No. It doesn't have as many animals as other environments, right? Why do you think it doesn't have a lot of vegetation or a lot of animals? Turn and talk to your partner really quickly.
I think it doesn't have animals because it's very cold.
Why do you think it
It's very cold and they will have jackets and yeah, that's it. So
Thank you. Okay. Why do you think the Arctic doesn't have a lot of vegetation? Anthony.
Because it has a lot of sunlight.
Doesn't have a lot of sunlight, right? We said sun is usually only out a couple months out of the year. During the winter time, nothing grows. Okay. What else, Damian? Yeah, plants haven't adapted. Some plants haven't adapted to the cold weather, right? Okay. There's also not a lot of water. There might be snow, but the plants can't drink snow, right? They can only drink unfrozen water. Okay. Why do you think then there wouldn't be a lot of animals in an environment like the Arctic or the tundra? Hilaria. Good. Did you hear what he said, Anthony? No? Okay, Hilaria, can you say it a little bit louder?
Because the vegetation can feed the animals.
Yeah, if there's a limited supply of vegetation, then there's a very limited supply of food for other animals to eat, right? So vegetation, producer, animals, consumer. Not enough producers, not enough consumers. So then other animals that are carnivorous can't eat those herbivores, right? Okay, very good. Last one for today, and then we'll start our writing. The other environment that we talked about is the what, Mai? Rainforest. Total opposite of the Arctic. Come on up, put it up. Okay, the rainforest. Can you describe the rainforest to us a little bit?
In the rainforest, there's like a lot of animals and
Lots of animals, lots of plants. It's very, do you see a picture up here that shows the rainforest? Yeah? Okay. I see a lot of green. I see a lot of trees. Okay. Why do you think the rainforest has so much vegetation? Ryan, why do you think the rainforest has so much vegetation? What does it get a lot of? Yeah, a lot of rain. Okay. A lot more rain. And then all those tall trees have adapted to reach the sunlight, right? Very nice. All right. Let's stick that up here. Okay. Thank you. Have a seat. Okay. What we're going to do next is we are going to work together to start your essay comparing and contrasting plants from different environments. Okay, I will leave the input chart up here, and we're going to use it to help start our essay. And when I mean start, I mean we're going to write the first 3 or 4 sentences, and then you are going to go off and write the last 3 or 4 sentences. Okay? How does everybody feel about that? Good. Yeah? All right, good. So here's our question we're answering for today. How are plants from different environments similar? How are they different? Okay. How do you think I should start off my paragraph? Turn and talk to your neighbor. How should I start off my paragraph? Is there a specific sentence I could use to help me effectively start off my paragraph? Okay, I'm very sorry. Before we start writing our introductory sentence, let's check in with our scouts. Tamane, have you seen anybody exhibiting good behavior?
I saw Mai exhibiting good behavior because when she was asked to come up and help her workout, she went around everyone instead of walking people.
Ooh, very nice. Okay, can you pass that back to Mai, please? Awesome. Okay, did you see anybody else exhibiting good behavior?
I saw Anthony. because Anthony was answering his question with a complete sentence.
Very good. Okay. Gotcha. Thank you. All right, Kervin, our other scout. Did you see anybody exhibiting good behavior? I don't know. How about your partner? Yeah? Okay, so why did Ryan exhibit good behavior? What example did he do? Okay, so he used appropriate voice level. When you two, I heard you, when you two were talking in your group, you weren't being so loud none of the other groups could hear each other, right? But when I asked him a question, he spoke loud enough that I could hear him and people in the back could hear him. Okay, very nice, Ryan. Thank you. Okay, so scouts, keep looking for good behavior. Before I send you off to write your essay, we'll check in with you guys again, and if I forget, please remind me. Okay, all right. Our paragraph. How do we want to start it? Yolani, saw your hand shoot up. Okay, how do you think we would start answering the question like that?
We could start answering the question using the learning target.
Okay, you can use the language of the learning target, right? I can compare and contrast plants from two different environments. What transition word would you use? Would you use by, because, right there. Thank you. By, because, since. What transition word do you think sounds like it makes the most sense? By? Okay, so let's write that. I can compare and contrast plants from two different environments by, what do we want to say about them? Go on.
For comparing, they both need water and sunlight.
Okay. I can compare and contrast plants from two different environments by comparing that they both need water and sunlight. Okay? Do we want to add anything else that's similar? How else can we compare the Arctic poppy and the strangler fig?
Oh, they're both plants.
Okay. Yes, they are both plants. Can we get a little bit deeper in our comparison? Nima.
They both have roots.
They both, yep, they both have roots. Okay. Anything else we want to add that's similar about the strangler fig and the Arctic poppy? Cyrus, I haven't heard from you yet. What else do they both have? Do they both have adaptations?
They both have stems.
Oh, they both have stems? Yeah. There's stems off of the foliage in the strangler fig. I'm gonna stop it right there because I think we need to revise this a little bit. How about you? Yeah? Okay. I can compare and contrast plants from two different environments by comparing that they both need water and sunlight. Does anybody know what we forgot? What did we forget? We forgot to talk about their no. Well, what two plants are we comparing?
All their names.
Yeah, we forgot to tell their names. Okay. If Miss Cuddy's class was reading this, right, they would have no idea what two plants we were talking about. Okay, so we need to include their names. Okay. So I can compare and contrast plants from two different environments by comparing, and right here, I'm going to break it. What two plants are we comparing?
Arctic poppy and strangler.
The strangler fig and the Arctic poppy. My spelling is horrible today. The strangler fig and the Arctic poppy. Starting. I can compare and contrast plants from two different environments by comparing the strangler fig and the Arctic poppy that they both need water and sunlight. It still doesn't sound like a great 5th grade sentence. Okay. So we talked about the two different plants. Did we mention their environments? No. Do you think we should write something about their environments first before we get into comparing and contrasting? Okay. So, do we want to put it in the same sentence, or do you think we should stop the sentence right there and make a new sentence?
Make a new sentence.
Talk about it with your partner, and then I want to know why. So what do you guys think? Should we put a period right here and start a new sentence, or do you think we should just keep going with the same sentence? What do you think, Ryan? Should we put a period right here and make a new sentence? Yeah, why? Fine. Thank you. Okay. Who has a thought? What do you think we should do? Damian, what do you think we should do?
We should make a new sentence because this sentence
Oh, very good. I like that you use that keyword that we've been discussing, run on. right? So run-on sentences have more than one idea in them, okay? So we don't want to have run-on sentences in our writing, okay? We talked about the two plants, okay? We're going to put a period right here, and now we can start a new sentence and talk about their environment, okay? What can we say about their environment? Should we say something like, the environments are the Arctic and the rainforest? Maybe, but let's make it a little bit more specific. How about talking about where each plant lives? So the Arctic poppy lives in the Arctic, and the I heard the strangler fig lives in the rainforest. Okay, I will try and put all of that on this strip. So I can compare and contrast plants from two different environments by comparing the strangler fig and the Arctic poppy. Does that sound okay? Yeah, not bad. The Arctic poppy lives in the Arctic and the strangler fig lives in the rainforest. Okay? So now let's get into our comparisons. They both need water and sunlight. Let's fix this. Take that word out. What grammatical thing do I need to do for this? This is the start of a new sentence. Yeah, capitalize the T. Okay, so they both need water and sunlight. Okay, they both have roots. They both have stems. They both is starting to sound very repetitive. It sounds kind of choppy. So let's see if we can combine some of these thoughts and make it one long compound sentence. Okay? So they both need water and sunlight. I see a compound word. What compound word do you hear in there? They both need water and sunlight. And, okay. How do you think we can combine the next two sentences? They both have roots. They both have stems. Talk to your partner and figure out what would the sentence sound like?
They both have
It might be a lot Luke, I heard you having good conversations with your partners. What do you think that new compound sentence is going to sound like? They both have roots
both have roots and they both have stems?
Yeah, they both have roots and they both have stems. Do you think it would sound, do you think it would still sound okay if we took out another part of that sentence? So instead of saying they both have roots and they both have stems, what if we just wrote they both have roots and stems?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Does that sound, does it still sound okay? Okay, let's try that. Yes, go on.
We can take out the and use a transition word like next.
Okay, I think that would be a good idea. And we'll use another transition word when we go to a new idea. So we're still talking about how are they similar, okay? That's the same idea. So the compound word is just combining ideas in this bigger idea of compare, okay? But I like your idea of using next. So when we switch to contrast, we'll use that transition word, okay? Is there anything else that they both have? Okay, look back at its structures, look back at its functions, think about its adaptations as well. Is there anything else they both have in common? Mine.
They both have leaves.
Okay, they both have leaves, yeah. What are those leaves used for? Let's get one of the functions in here because we've listed a whole bunch of structures. We haven't talked about what they do. Do the leaves in the strangler fig and the leaves in the Arctic poppy have the same function?
Well,
No?
yes.
Yes? You don't sound sure. Me?
No.
Okay. Who says no? Who says yes? Okay.
I see.
Talk to, who doesn't know? Okay. Talk to your partner. See if you can come up with definitive yes or no and why.
Sorry.
So what do you think? Do the leaves have the same function in both plants? Think about what the function of the leaf is.
I think no.
Foliage? Yes, foliage is leaf. Okay, you think they do? Why?
I think the Arctic poppy flower follows the same.
But that's not a leaf, that's the flower. What's the leaf? Think about what is the function of a leaf in the plant? It's to make tummy? To make food. Okay, so do you think the leaf in the Arctic poppy makes food?
No.
If it doesn't make food, how does it grow?
Oh.
What is that called in order to make food?
That's an photosynthesis.
Okay, so do you think the leaf in the Arctic poppy performs photosynthesis?
Yeah.
Do you think the leaf in the strangler fig performs photosynthesis?
Yeah.
So then do they have the same function?
That's what I just said.
So I had a good conversation with that group. Let's share with everybody else what we talked about. Do the leaves in both plants have the same function?
Yes.
Yes. What is their function, Luke?
To make food.
Yeah, what is that called?
Photosynthesis.
To perform photosynthesis. Okay, that's the leaf's function on almost every single plant. Okay. The only thing that's different about the leaves on the Arctic poppy and the leaves on the strangler fig is this one just has hair on it. Okay, their functions are the same. So let's say that. How are we going to say that in the sentence? How about both the leaves on the Arctic poppy and the strangler fig are alike because yeah, which is to very good. Okay. I'm gonna need like several of these things. Alright, think about what it is that we've been doing because I'm gonna have you write your 3 contrast sentences in about 2 minutes. Okay? Yes, you may write volume 3. So, okay.
That was like 400.
Yes, that was quite a lot. Alright, let's read through one last time and see, is this an acceptable introduction to our paragraph? I can compare and contrast plants. I don't hear you guys reading with me. Can you read with me, please?
I can compare and contrast plants from two different environments by comparing the stranger fig and the Arctic poppy. The Arctic poppy lives in the Arctic and the straggler fig lives in the rainforest. They both need water and sunlight. They both have roots and stems. The function of the leaves on the Arctic poppy and the straggler fig are similar because they both have the same function of performing photosynthesis.
How is that? Is that a very good, strong, scientific introduction to our paragraph? Yeah? Do you feel comfortable continuing this and talking about contrasting their structures, functions, and adaptations?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. That's what you're going to do on the paper in front of you. Okay? I'm going to have you... Actually, I changed my mind. I want you to create a Google Doc and type this out. Okay? I like that better. Okay. So you're going to start it off by typing out the what we've already started together, okay? And then you can finish it. You have until 9:30 because I want to read a couple people's responses first, okay? I will move this over there so that you can see the poster and this at the same time, okay? Can I have from Anthony to Alana, Jess, and Damian, can you head back to your seats, please? Okay. Can I have this row head back to their seats? Can I have this row head back to your seats? forgot to remind you. Oh, okay. That's fine. Just stay where you are, and I will give each person. Do you want to sit and actually see the tip? Yes. No, Dominic's here today. Yeah. So go to the waffles, the apps, and click doc. And I just created a new Google Doc. Yeah, I'll get it. I'll show you how to share it with you.
I know how to.
Really quickly before you start, Scouts, did you see anybody else who has not yet gotten an award today? Exhibiting good behavior? Stefan, I'll start with you.
I saw Dustin exhibiting excellent behavior because when you were talking about a topic, he was more than talking to his partner or getting to the
Oh, very good. Thank you, Dustin. Okay. Kevin, did you see anybody else exhibiting good behavior? Who are you pointing to?
This girl right here.
What's her name? Kathleen. Okay, why did Kathleen exhibit good behavior? How was Kathleen exhibiting good behavior? She was staying on topic when she talked with her partner? Okay, good. Alright. If you don't know how to make a doc, raise your hand, I'll come around and help you. Or Taimane can come around and help you. Okay. Who does not know how to make a doc? Make their own doc. Okay, Kathleen. Yes. Okay. So yes. This is the question you're answering right here.
Do we have to write it? We have to type it out.
No. You have to type out what we've written so far, okay? When you get to the very last sentence, that's when you write how they're different. You're going to contrast them, okay? So the Arctic poppy is this, however, the strangler fig is this, right? Who does not have their doc? Anybody have a doc? As a reminder, if you can't see something, you can bring your Chromebook closer so you can see it. Or you can walk up and look and then come back. So people in the back, it's a little bit hard to see. In about 5 minutes, can I have my Dustin and Anthony join me on the floor with their computer? Okay, no, not right now, in 5 minutes. It's a 9:08. About 25 more minutes. And those 3 people, you have about 2 more minutes. Tiffany and Dustin. Yeah. Okay. Bring your computers down to the floor over here. Come closer.
Excuse me, Matt.
Maya, can you sit like them, please? There's less chance that you'll drop your computer. Okay, I want to work with you three on your contrast sentences, okay? Because we're still not familiar with how to use our chart, okay? So we talked about the comparing. What are some things that are different about the strangler fig and the Arctic poppy?
Arctic poppy has hair and the sugar flag doesn't.
Okay, so that may be one sentence we want to write. So you can say contrasting. Contrasting the Arctic poppy and the strangler fig. Okay. So contrasting the Arctic poppy and the strangler fig. The Arctic poppy has hair and the strangler fig doesn't. Okay, so can you take that out? Even if you're in the middle of that, I'll show you how to go back and fill that in. So just take that out right now, okay? So contrasting the Arctic poppy and the strangler fig. The Arctic poppy has hair and the strangler fig doesn't. Pass.
That's how you go poppy.
Okay. Where can we look to find that word?
The board.
Yeah, right there. Arctic poppy. Don't forget to pass.
Right there.
Arctic poppy. What else is different about these two flowers? Or these two plants, I'm sorry, one doesn't have a flower. Okay, mine. What else is different?
One is a tree and one is a plant.
Okay, so let's use that in a sentence. Another difference between the Arctic poppy Another difference between the Arctic poppy and the strangler fig is the Arctic poppy is a flower and the strangler fig is a tree. Okay. What about some of its the functions? How does a strangler tree, I'm sorry, those aren't functions, adaptations. How does a strangler tree survive in the rainforest?
Because it has a lot of water.
Has a lot of water. Okay, the rainforest has a lot of water. What else does it do? Do you remember when we were learning about
It
the...
soaks up all the water in the trees and the trees die.
Okay, so the strangler fig, one adaptation of the strangler fig is it sucks up all the water and it blocks all the sunlight from the host tree. Right? Does the Arctic poppy do that? No. So what's an adaptation the Arctic poppy has?
One adaptation of the Arctic poppy is that they
The solitary flower.
They found out the sun.
Yeah, very good. Okay. So one adaptation of the strangler fig is one adaptation of the Arctic poppy is okay. So do they have similar adaptations? Killing the host tree, following the sunlight. Do they have similar adaptations?
No.
No? Okay. Yeah, that's why we're writing them in the contrast paragraph. Okay. Go for your nose. Dustin. Tissue. By the way, switch. We have about 15 more minutes, and then I'm gonna have a couple of people share. If you're done, raise your hand and I'll show you how to email your doc to me. Okay? If you know how, then fine, but some people don't. We'll just send me what you have so far. It's a work in progress. We'll probably add some more to it tomorrow. Okay? You might hear some feedback from your classmates today that you want to incorporate in your doc. Okay? Let's go back to that paragraph about comparing. Is there an adaptation that they both share that's the same? They only have one. One adaptation that is very, very similar. I'll give you a hint. It has to do with the roots.
Oh, and stems?
The roots. So the Arctic poppy, where do its shallow roots grow around? Justin. Where do the shallow roots grow around?
Rocks.
Okay. And Anthony, the strangler fig's roots, where does it grow around?
The host tree.
Okay, so they both have adapted their roots to grow around something, and it helps stabilize the plant, right? So,
Does
like,
that mean
to stabilize means that it doesn't move very easily, right? So remember the shallow roots on the Arctic poppy, they grab onto the rocks so that if there's a big gust of wind, they don't fall over. Okay. Same with the strangler fish, right? How do the roots get so high up into the host tree?
Because the birds eat the fruit and keeps on top of the tree.
Yeah, the bird eats the fruit, and when they eat the fruit, they also eat the seeds, right? And sometimes the seeds land in a host tree, right?
And then they get bigger.
And the seeds start growing around the host tree, just like this one. Okay. And eventually, this is why it gets its name, it strangles the host tree so that it can't grow anymore. And it takes away all its water and it blocks out all its sunlight and it kills it. Okay? So that's one adaptation that's very similar. So if you want to go up to your compare part of your essay and write that in, I'll show you how to start it. So one adaptation, both the Arctic poppy and the strangler fig share are their roots. Okay? Then you can talk about how both plants have very strong, sturdy roots.
What's the material of the strangler is?
Another difference between the Arctic poppy and the strangler fig is one is a tree. That's the one you said. This one? One adaptation of the strangler fig is I think it had to do with the hair, right? Oh no, it had to do with how it gets its food, right? So one adaptation of the strangler fig is the strangler fig will survive off the host tree and slowly kill it, right? But the Arctic poppy's adaptation is the poppy will follow the sun. Yeah. How you guys doing back there? Anybody done? Need help emailing their papers? Okay. Keep writing. I'll be ready. Make sure you title your document before you email it. It'll tell me who it's from, and then into my I'm gonna print it out. you can read it first. Okay. And if not, then you guys have about 8 more minutes. How are you doing? Oh, who did not go to lunch monitors yet?
Justin,
Alana. Justin, you went already. Alana and I think Nelson.
I think you never did.
No, he didn't. He got sent back because he was sick. Okay, so you two will go after recess.
Wait, what?
You went already. You went
I was
already?
up there. I was right on the big bar.
Start finishing up your last couple of thoughts and then email those to me so that you have it to read off of. It's going to be really hard to read off of your laptop. Okay, about 2 minutes. I'm gonna ask that everyone finish their sentence. Even if you're not finished with your essay, just finish your sentence and start emailing them to me so that I have time to print them out. Okay? Oops, sorry, now you have 1 minute. If you're done, title it, email it to me. Okay, just write it. Fix it with your pen. Or a pencil. And then when we look at it again tomorrow, because you might have more revisions after your class starts. Well, if you find some worries, then just fix it with your pencil and then you can print it out. Tamani, yours is coming right now.
I think that's
Two.
on accident.
Is it the same one?
Yeah. Well, one had a bigger font than the other one. And that was and then they shared it.
Okay. Which one do you want? The one with the big font or the one with the small font?
The bigger.
I think that's what I think.
What do we do? Edit it?
No. Go to share
Share.
in the top left-hand paragraph or top left-hand corner.
Oh, right here. Sure.
Right-hand corner. Sorry. I'm going backwards today. Top right-hand corner. That blue button. Share. Okay. Did you give it a title? Okay. Type in my name, Alan. And then my email will come up.
You said it. Is the function the drop?
Yes.
It's over here.
Come on, I don't know which one you want. They look exactly the same. So.
Oh, they do.
Yes.
What is it? The
Okay, you should have your sentence finished. Start emailing them to me. Because I'm gonna pick a couple of people to read what they have.
How if you're not done?
Doesn't matter. Email it to me. Like I said, if you're not done, that's fine. Because we're probably gonna make revisions tomorrow anyway, after you hear feedback you get from your classmates.
wait, like this?
Yep. So there's a blue button in the top right-hand corner that says share. If you didn't give your paper a name, it's going to ask you to give it a name. Okay. Name it anything. Science paragraph, compare contrast essay, science essay. And then type in my last name into the email slot. My email should come up.
Put share.
Share, yes. Share. Oh, leave it as can edit.
See.
Okay. Yolani, come grab yours off the printer.
Done. Wait.
Did you send it to me, Anthony?
If they're sending it.
After we put our name, put Miss.
Sorry.
Your name? Why are you gonna put your name?
Oh, do you have to put the name?
My name.
Miss Ali, what
Give it a title. Okay, Hilario, yours is coming up.
What?
Oh wait, no, Kervin, yours is coming out of the printer too.
Miss Ali, it says you keep on adding people.
Why are you adding people?
Yay.
Just type in my name.
This one? You go on this one, Miss Ali? Do you go on this one? Miss Ali, you go on this one?
That's your, yeah, and then hit send.
I never write your name yet.
No,
Do I have to write
you
your
can
name?
make it a revision
Do I have
for
to write your
tomorrow.
name, Miss Ali? Do I have to write your name?
Do you have to what?
Write your name.
No. Did you send it to me? Did you send it to me? Bring it over here, Justin. Okay, Jess, Damian, yours is in the printer.
Or is it Adam Shannon?
Yeah, I'm trying
What way?
I put mine in a big.
Nima, yours is coming up. Okay. If I didn't print yours yet, be careful with that.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Damian, why are you sending it to me twice? If I didn't print yours yet, don't worry about it. Yes,
You're ready to fill out the
yeah, I did. So,
Oh, it's not.
oh, yeah, I did. Anthony, Dustin, Kathleen, yours are all in the printer. Go grab it. And last one, Mike. There you go. Okay, Can you bring, actually you stay in your seats. We'll have, first one. Oh, Alana. Okay, can you close your computer? There. Just shut the top. Alright. Let's listen to Alana's. We're gonna listen to see, right? Dustin's. We're gonna listen to see, did she answer the question? Did she give examples, right? Cite information. Did she give an explanation for her citations? Okay. We want constructive, positive feedback. Right? Okay.
Essential question. How are plants from different environments similar? How are they different? I can compare and contrast plants from two different environments by comparing the strangler fig and the Arctic poppy. The Arctic poppy lives in the Arctic, and the strangler fig lives in the rainforest. They both need sunlight and water. They both have roots and stems. The function of the leaves on the Arctic poppy and the strangler figs are similar because they both have the same functions of forming photosynthesis. Next, I can contrast the strangler fig and the Arctic poppy by the Arctic poppy is smaller than a strangler fig and the strangler fig is bigger. And the Arctic poppy does not live in the same environments. The Arctic poppy lives in the Arctic and the strangler fig lives in the rainforest. And lastly, the Arctic poppy and the strangler fig is different from its weather in the rainforest. The weather rains a lot and in the Arctic it snows a lot.
Raise your hand. Can you give her something positive she had in her paper? Okay. Then yeah. Very good. Yeah, she didn't have any run-on sentences. Okay. Hilario, anything else? Yeah, she stayed on topic. Nice. Okay. Can we give her some feedback for how to make her paper better? Okay, so all of you are going to have the same thing for the compare, unless you went back in and you added another detail. So let's focus on the contrast. Is there anything she can do to make the contrast paragraph stronger? Danielle. Okay, yeah, you didn't have anything about, well, you had something about the functions, but we can make it a little bit more descriptive. Yeah? Okay? So something to think about for tomorrow. Okay? All right, good. Thank you, Alana. Have a seat. We're going to let Kate decide their cooking sticks. Hilario! Come on, Hilario.
I'm not a good
Probably,
speaker.
yeah, 1 or 2 minutes. We'll see.
I'm camera shy.
Okay. Respectful. Time on here. Okay, Hilario, can you read your paragraph, please? You can do it. You can do it. Imagine it's not there yet.
Let's go.
Hilario, let's go. You can do it.
I can compare and contrast plants from two different environments by comparing the strangler fig and the Arctic poppy. The Arctic poppy lives in the Arctic and the strangler fig lives in the rainforest. They both need water, sunlight, and oxygen. They both have roots and stems. The function of the leaves on the Arctic poppy and on the strangler fig are similar because they both have the same function. It is to do photosynthesis.
Okay.
That is all.
That's all? Okay. Good. Can we tell Hilario something positive about his paper? Kervin. Something positive about his paper. No, you had your hand raised. Okay. Alana, something positive about his paper.
Something positive about his paper is
added theories and stopped
Okay, what was that called? Damian used that before. We talked about it last week. Yeah, run-on sentences. You didn't have run-on sentences. Very nice. Okay. Anything else positive about his paper? I heard something. He added something extra. Did anybody hear? Yolani.
He added oxygen.
Yeah, so he said they both need water, sunlight, and oxygen. So he added that other basic life necessity to that sentence. Okay. How about something he can work on for tomorrow? Mima, what's something Hilario can work on for tomorrow to make his paper stronger? More paragraphs? Yeah, okay. We didn't hear anything about how they're different. Okay, so tomorrow that's what you're going to focus on is contrasting the Arctic poppy and the strangler fig. Okay? Very nice. So you did fine. Okay, probably have time for one more. Kervin! Kervin, come on up. I like how loudly you all are talking as well. That's been something we've been working on. We're getting better. Mima, sit down. Okay, Kervin, whenever you're ready.
I can compare plants from two different environments by comparing the strangler fig and the Arctic poppy. The Arctic poppy lives in the Arctic and the strangler fig lives in the rainforest. They both need water and sunlight. They both have roots and stems. The function of the leaves on the Arctic poppy and the strangler fig are similar because they both have the same function of performing photosynthesis. Both are different because the Arctic poppy follows the sun and the strangler fig wraps around the whole tree and steals water from it. Both are different because the Arctic poppy has hair and the strangler fig doesn't. They both are different because the strangler fig is part of a tree and the Arctic poppy is a plant. Both are similar because they both are producers.
Oh, okay. Very nice. Thank you. Perfect. Something positive you heard in his paper. Anthony.
He was on topic.
Good, yeah, he was on topic. Okay. How about the detail he put in his sentences? Kathleen. Okay, he added photosynthesis, yeah? What about the contrast sentences? I heard a few great things in there. Damien.
He said that the strangler fig
Yeah, he's very descriptive with his verbs, right? It steals water, right? Because that's what it does. It steals the water from the host tree. Okay. He also used that word. They're both producers. Okay. They both produce energy for other organisms. Okay. Very nice. Wait. One piece of feedback that he can work on for tomorrow.
Paragraph.
Alana.
You can work on bringing more contrast
Okay, so adding more sentences to his contrast. Okay. Yeah, I think one thing that I would advise you to do is move that compare sentence into the compare paragraph. Okay. If you were gonna do it simultaneously, so one thing that's similar about the Arctic poppy and the strangler fig is they both are plants. However, the Arctic poppy lives in a different environment than the strangler fig. Then you can kind of mix the compare and contrast together. But we didn't do that today. Okay, we just did one compare paragraph and one contrast paragraph. Okay, so I would move that sentence, that very last sentence about they're both producers, move it into the compare paragraph. Okay? Otherwise, very good. All of your paragraphs were very good. Okay. Can you put your paragraph in your mailbox and put it in your mailbox And line up quietly outside because the recess bell is going to ring in about 1 minute.